that's not being reported on nearly enough, and it's how rough police are getting with these protesters. My brain is just on the Dakota Pipeline. It's just, they're using water cannons. They're saying, no, we're using hoses. It's the same thing. If you're shooting people with water in a cold temperature, you're shooting people with water. These folks are protesting. It's their right. It's their right. This is what we have in the United States, to protest when something is wrong.
Yeah.
And I thought we were smart enough to realize that shooting people with water, it didn't work in the 50s, doesn't work in the 60s, it doesn't work, stop doing it.
I think what's very interesting and important to note is that these are people that are protesting the fact that there's going to be a pipeline through Indian burial grounds, and grounds that are very important to our Native American communities, and it could make them sick because of the water infiltration, right? And I think what we also need to remember is that the CEO of that pipeline company, Kelly Warren, says that he's 100% sure that the pipeline will be approved by the Trump administration, and that is because in June he donated $100,000 to the Trump Victory Fund and a further $3,000 directly to the Trump campaign, and then Trump's campaign financial disclosure reveals that Trump, his investments in that company are between $500,000 and $1 million.
What and sold.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, this breaks my heart, because I think a lot of these people protesting are genuinely concerned about their health. They're concerned about their drinking water. And President Obama is president right now. I saw Bernie Sanders calling upon him. He has a lot of power and he has a lot of respect on this issue because he cares very deeply about the environment and about local communities.
Right.
I think he needs to step up and do something to calm this situation and to let these protesters know, if nothing else, they have a right to be heard. Because let me tell you something, if something was impacting my drinking water, I would want every right to speak my mind, and I would oppose it.
The leader of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe called on President Obama yesterday to stop the pipeline and said it's time for President Obama to condemn these tactics and this pipeline. Our culture, our children, and our homelands have repeatedly been stolen from us.
So let's make this very, very clear. He can stop it. There's no guarantee it's not going to be restarted in January. And so I think, because he spoke about it, last week, I think.
Yeah.
And, Congress and the Senate, all these folks who were there, I'm sure he's saying, yeah, I'd love to do it, but I want to say, okay, boom, it's not going to happen, and then come January 1st, you're back in the same place.
I think the key, though, is if there were some type of plan to reroute it, if he could kind of be in the leadership position to reroute it, where people who are pro-energy infrastructure and all that could get behind it, and who could bypass the situation where these people felt protected at the same time. By the time somebody like a Donald Trump gets in, progress would have begun already, and these people would have felt protected.
There's not enough time.
So
there's not enough time.
Yeah, and also rerouting. They've suggested it's been rerouted. This is where it was rerouted to.
Well, this isn't going to work.
The community that it was going to go through before said we don't want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, well, we'll just put it over here. And the Native Americans are saying, okay, enough. It's not going to happen. So with the alt-right guy, see, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It ain't just your country. The Native Americans were here first. This was their country. So Obama, Senate, Congress, House, everybody, fix this if you can.
Exactly.
Fix it. And that would be a wonderful early Christmas present for the folks who are protesting.